Dear students, I am Vijay. In the last video, we learned monotonic and non-monotonic functions. In this video, let us see how to check monotonicity by using a derivative test. Derivative test to check the monotonicity of the function. Here we are now going to apply the concept of derivative to find the to check if the function is increasing or decreasing. Let f of x be a continuous function in the closed interval ab and differentiable in the open interval ab, then f of x is said to be increasing in the closed interval ab if it satisfies the condition f dash of x is greater than 0 for all x belongs to the interval ab. If f dash of x is greater than 0 at each point in the open interval AB, then f is increasing on the open interval AB. Recall that the first derivative f dash of x gives us the slope of the tangent line to the graph of the function at the point x, isn't it? If f dash of x is greater than 0, if f dash of x is greater than 0 means slope of the tangent line must be positive. Okay. Next, f of x is decreasing function in the closed interval ab if f dash of x is less than 0 for all x belongs to the interval ab. If f dash of x is less than 0 at each point x belongs to the open interval ab, then f is decreasing on the interval ab. If f dash of x is less than 0 means slope of the tangent line must be negative, isn't it? Next, f of x is constant function in the closed interval ab if f dash of x is equal to 0 for all x belongs to the open interval ab. F of x is strictly increasing in the open interval if f dash of x is greater than 0 for all x belongs to the interval ab. F of x is said to be strictly decreasing in the interval ab if f dash of x is less than 0 for all x belongs to the interval ab. See here, just increasing function. Here we have closed interval. Strictly increasing means here we have open interval. Just decreasing function, here you will going to see closed interval. Strictly decreasing, here open interval AB. Procedure to find increasing or decreasing function. First write down the function on the interval and the interval. Here first step is to find its derivative. Here f dash of x is the derivative of f of x. What is the next step? Put f dash of x is equal to 0. After solving this equation, you will get the roots. These roots are called critical points. Call it as C1, C2, C3 and so on. And divide this interval in this way. Okay. And in the fourth step, write the conclusion. That's all. Now let us understand critical points by seeing this graph. In this slide, you can look at an example related to finding critical points based on the graph. As you all know that this is the graph of sine function in the interval minus 2 pi to 2 pi, minus 2 pi to plus 2 pi. Here this is the point 0, here this one is 0. I will split minus 2 pi to plus 2 pi in this manner. Here see at this point this one is 0, here pi by 2 pi, next is 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi. Here minus pi by 2, minus at this point minus pi. Here this is the point of minus 3 pi by 2, here minus 2 pi. Critical point means here critical points are derivative of f of x is 0. F dash of the derivative of f of x is 0 means f dash of x is 0. Derivative 0 means we have horizontal tangent line. We have horizontal tangent line. See, let us go from here. From minus 2 pi to here minus 3 pi by 2, minus 2 pi to minus 3 pi by 2, the function is monotonically increasing. And if you take any point between minus 2 pi to minus 3 pi by 2, except these 2 points minus 2 pi and minus 3 pi by 2, you will see negative slope. If you take any point in between these two, you will see negative slope. In the middle at this point, if you draw tangent which is parallel to x-axis, if you draw a tangent, see here this tangent and this x-axis, these two lines are parallel. If you draw the tangent, you will see tangent is parallel to x-axis. Tangent is parallel to x-axis means what? That means tangent is parallel to x-axis means slope is 0. Slope is 0 means tan theta is 0. That means at this point minus 3 pi by 2, slope of this one is 0. That meaning f dash of x is 0 at x is equal to minus 3 pi by 2. So here minus 2 pi is one critical point, that because f dash of minus 2 pi is equal to 0 and f dash of minus 3 pi by 2 is equal to 0. So minus 2 pi is one critical point and minus 3 pi by 2 is another critical point. Now let us see here minus 3 pi by 2 to minus pi by 2, the function is decreasing. Minus 3 pi by 2 to minus pi by 2, the function is decreasing. If you take any 2 points except minus 3 pi by 2 and minus pi by 2, in between these two you will get the negative slope, isn't it? You will get the negative slope. Come to this point at the point minus pi by 2, in the middle at this point minus pi by 2. If you draw the tangent to this point, this tangent line and this x-axis parallel, isn't it? Tangent line and x-axis are parallel means slope at this point is 0. Tan theta is 0. So minus pi by 2 is another critical point. See in this graph here minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Here the graph of the function is increasing, monotonically increasing. Here minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, the function is increasing. And here this one at this point also x-axis, here this one f dash of x is 0, therefore 0 is another critical point. Come to this point at minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, the function is monotonically increasing. At this point if you draw the tangent, this tangent and this x-axis are parallel, therefore slope at this point, at the point pi by 2, slope at this point is 0. That means f dash of pi by 2 is 0. So here 0 is one critical point and pi by 2 is another critical point. See in this graph, or if you take any point in between except 0, minus pi by 2 and plus pi by 2, if you take any point in between these, you will get the positive slope, isn't it? At this point you will get f dash of pi by 2 is 0. Slope of the tangent is parallel to x-axis. Slope of the tangent is parallel to x-axis means derivative at that particular point is 0. Next, see here. Here pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2 to plus 3 pi by 2, the function is monotonically decreasing. The function is monotonically decreasing. If you take any point in between pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2, except the point pi by 2, pi and 3 pi by 2, you will see the negative slope, isn't it? Negative slope. F dash of x is less than 0. F dash of x is less than 0 means the function is monotonically decreasing. At this point 3 pi by 2, at this point 3 pi by 2, you will, if you draw the tangent at this point, this tangent line and this x-axis are parallel, therefore slope at this point is 0. Therefore f dash of 3 pi by 2 is 0. Therefore here 3 pi by 2 is one more critical point. And again see here in the interval minus 2 pi to 2 pi, here 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi, again the function is increasing, monotonically increasing. Okay, if you take any point between 3 pi by 2 to 2 pi, except 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi, you will get the positive slope. Okay, positive slope means f dash of x is greater than 0. F dash of x is greater than 0 means the function is monotonically increasing. So now let us list out the critical points in the graph between minus 2 pi to 2 pi. See here, minus 2 pi, minus 3 pi by 2, minus pi by 2, 0, pi by 2 and pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi. At this point f dash of x is 0. F dash of x is 0. So these are the critical points: minus 2 pi, minus 3 pi by 2, minus pi by 2, 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi are the critical points of sine theta between the interval minus 2 pi to plus 2 pi. Critical points in a straight line. A critical point occurs when the derivative is 0. If the equation f of x is equal to mx plus c, differentiation of this one is f dash of x is equal to m. Here m and b are constants. After differentiation, we will get this one, f dash of x is equal to m. So if the function is constant, m is 0. M is 0 means here m is 0. F dash of x is equal to 0 means slope is 0. Slope is 0. Therefore, in straight line we get infinitely many critical points. In straight line you will get infinitely many critical points. Now let us see a few problems on whether the function is decreasing in the given interval or in the real line, like that. Okay, first problem. Find the interval in which the function f of x is equal to 3x to the power 4 minus 4x cube minus 12x square plus 5. First one is strictly increasing and second one is strictly decreasing. We have to identify in which interval the function is increasing, strictly increasing, and in which interval the function is strictly decreasing. Here for that, here the given function is this one. What is the first step? Differentiate by derivative test. Differentiate this one with respect to x. Differentiation of f of x is f dash of x. Differentiation of 3x to the power 4 is 12x cube. Differentiation of 4x cube is 12x square. Differentiation of 12x square is 24x and differentiation of constant 5 is 0. This is the first step. Differentiation part is over. What is the next step? Here in the next step, equate f dash of x to 0. Equating f dash of x to 0, you will get this one. In all these terms, 12x is common. Take it outside. Remaining is x square minus x minus 2. Here factorizing x square minus x minus 2, you will get x minus x plus 1 into x minus 2, isn't it? Okay. In second step is these are see here x is equal to 0 and x is equal to minus 1 and x is equal to 2. Cube root here, the function starting with x cube means you will get 3 roots. Okay. Here x is equal to 0 and x is equal to minus 1 and 2 are the critical points. These are the critical points. This is what which have to be in your mind. So here they were not given the interval. So I taken here real line minus infinity to plus infinity. So the points x is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 1 and x is equal to 2. Divide the real line into here, divide the real line into 4 distinct intervals, namely minus infinity to minus 1, open interval minus infinity to minus 1. Next one is minus open interval minus 1 to 0, open interval 0 comma 2, and last one open interval 2 to infinity. Okay, third step is over. Okay, before going to the fourth step, first see here. Here we have 3 critical points. Okay, here I divide this interval into 4 distinct here I divide this interval into 4 distinct intervals. Real line into here I divide the real line into 4 distinct interval. Okay, next step here, first see here in the interval minus infinity to minus 1, in the interval minus infinity to minus 1, you can take any number, and substitute that number here. Okay, and substitute that number here and check the sign of the equation, whether it is a positive or negative. Okay, here in the interval minus 1 to minus infinity, I taken minus 2. Here I taken minus 2, or you can take minus 3, minus 4, minus 5 and so on, whatever the number you can take, but that number should be in this interval, open interval minus infinity to minus 1. Here I taken minus 2 and substitute that value here, minus 2, in this equation f dash of x. Here x is equal to minus 2. After substituting, you will get minus 8. Minus 8 means that is negative number. Here we don't want the number, but here we want the sign of that number. That means f dash of minus 2, here that is a negative number. You can take minus 3, minus 4, minus 5 and so on up to minus infinity. You will get the negative number only. Okay. Next, in the interval minus 1 to 0, take any number between the interval between the open interval minus 1 comma 0. Here I taken minus half. Minus half means here. Okay, and substitute minus half in this equation. You will get a positive number. Go and see it. You will get a positive number. You can here I taken minus half, or you can take in this interval minus 1 by 3, minus 1 by 4, minus 1 by 5 and so on. Whatever the number you can take, but that number should be in this interval. Okay, minus 1 to 0. Okay, then it is a positive number. Substituting minus half here, you will get a positive number here in this interval, positive. Next, in the interval 0 to 2, here I taken this one is wait a minute, this one is f dash of 1, and here this one is also f dash of 3. Okay. In the interval 0 to 2, I taken 1. Okay, substituting the value of 1 here, you will get the negative number. Here I written minus negative. Okay, in the interval, take any number between the interval 2 and infinity. Here I taken 3, or you can take 4, 5, 6, whatever is the number you can take, but that number should be in this interval. Okay, here I taken 3, substituting the value of 3 here, you will get the positive number. See here, substituting the value, see one by one. Here in the interval minus infinity to minus 1, sign of the function is negative. Therefore, nature of the function is strictly decreasing. In the interval minus infinity to minus 1, the function is strictly decreasing. Second one, minus 1 to 0. Sign of the function is positive number. Therefore, nature of the function is strictly increasing. Next, in the interval 0 to 2, sign of the function is a negative number. Therefore, nature of the function in this interval, the function is strictly decreasing. Finally, in the interval 2 to infinity, sign of the function is positive number. So nature of this function, nature in this interval is strictly increasing. In this interval, the function is strictly increasing. Okay, now write down the conclusion. The given function is strictly increasing in this two interval, minus 1 to 0 and 2 to infinity. The given function is strictly increasing here, minus 1 to 0 union 2 to infinity. The given function is strictly decreasing in the interval minus infinity to minus 1 and 0 to 2. Move on to the next problem. Here find the interval in which the function f of x is equal to sin x plus cos x. In this interval, in the interval closed interval 0 to pi by 2, is strictly increasing and strictly decreasing. Here the given function is f of x is equal to sin x plus cos x. What is the first step? Differentiate this one with respect to x. After differentiating this one with respect to x, as you all know that f of x is f dash of x is equal to sin x differentiation is cos x plus cos x differentiation is minus sin x. Therefore, cos x minus sin x. What is the next step? Next step to find the critical points. How to find the critical points? Putting f dash of x is equal to 0 in this equation, you will get the critical points. Therefore, f dash of x is equal to 0 means cos x minus sin x is equal to 0, or cos x is equal to sin x. In the next step, cos x is equal to sin x, or sin x by cos x is equal to 1. Are you following? Sin x by cos x is equal to 1. Sin x by cos x is tan x is equal to 1. It implies tan x is equal to, for what values of x, here for what values of x, tan of x is plus 1. For what values of x, it is 1. You will get so many points, isn't it? But here you should take the points in between this interval 0 to 2 pi. Here in as you all know that according to ASTC rule, this one is ASTC rule. In this one, here see, pi by 4 means here, pi by 4 here, first quadrant. In first quadrant, tan is positive. In all these quadrants, tan is positive in first quadrant and in third quadrant, isn't it? First quadrant and third quadrant. In first quadrant, it is pi by 4. In fourth quadrant, this one is pi plus pi by 4. Pi plus pi by 4. Pi plus pi by 4. Pi plus pi by 4 is 5 pi by 4. Okay, tan pi by 4 and tan 5 pi by 4. In the third step, here critical points, you have to find the critical points. Here pi by 4 and pi 5 by 4 are the critical points. Here in this one, here 0, pi by 4, 5 pi by 4, and this one is 2 pi. Okay, see here I will divide this one in three different uh, or disjoint intervals. Divide this one into three disjoint intervals. One is 0 to pi by 4, open interval 0 to pi by 4. Another one is pi by 4 to 5 pi by 4. Next one is 5 pi by 4 to 2 pi. Okay, let us check one by one. In the interval 0 to pi by 4, you should take any number and substitute that number or angle here. Okay, here 0 pi by 4 means 45 degree. In between 0 to pi by 4, take any angle. I will take 30 degree. Here pi by 30 degree means pi by 6. Therefore f dash of pi by 6 is equal to cos pi by 6 minus sin pi by 6. Cos pi by 6 value is root 3 by 2 minus sin pi by 6 sin 30 is 1 by 2. Therefore you will get a positive number here. Positive number f dash of 30 degree is a positive number. Okay, positive number means the function is increasing in this interval. The function is increasing in the interval 0 to pi by 4. Here I taken here in this one 0 to pi by 4, 0 to 45 I taken 30 degree. You can take 40 degree, 10 degree, 20 degree, okay, 5 degree, whatever the function you should take, that should be in the interval 0 to pi by 4. It is better to take the standard standard angle 0, 30, 45, next one is 60 and 90, 270 like that. Okay, so I taken here pi by 6. Next one, in the interval, in the open interval pi by 4 to 5 pi by 4, take any number. Pi by 4 means 45 degree, 5 pi by 4 means 180 into 4 into 5 divided by 4. Okay, in between this one I will take here I taken pi means 180 degree, 180 lies here. Okay, 180 degree. F dash of pi is equal to, here f dash of pi is equal to cos pi minus sin pi. As you all know that the value of cos pi, cos of odd times of pi, its value is minus 1, minus sin pi, sin 2 pi, sin 3 pi, sin 4 pi, its value is 0. Therefore cos pi value is minus 1, minus 1 minus 0, this one is minus 1. Therefore f dash of x is negative. F dash of pi here, this one is negative. Here in this interval, so in this interval the function is decreasing. The function is strictly decreasing in the interval pi by 4 to 5 pi by 4. Okay, next in the interval 5 pi by 4 to 2 pi, take any angle in between the angles 5 pi by 4 to 2 pi. Okay, here I taken 270 degree. Here 2 pi means 360 degree. 5 pi by 4 to 2 pi means here 270 degree lies here in this in between these two numbers. Okay, here f dash of 3 pi by 2, substituting the value of f dash x is equal to 3 pi by 2 here, you will get a positive number. So in this interval, here I taken 3 pi by 2. You can take any angle in this interval and substitute that angle here, you will get a positive number. That means in the interval 5 pi by 4 to 2 pi, the function is strictly increasing. See, in the interval 0 to pi by 4, sine is positive. Therefore nature of this function, that means function is strictly increasing. In the interval pi by 4 to 5 pi by 4, here this one f dash of pi is negative. That means in the interval pi by 4 to 5 pi by 4, sine is negative. Therefore here in this interval the function is strictly decreasing. In the interval 5 pi by 4 to 2 pi, sine of this one is positive. Therefore in this interval the function is strictly increasing. Okay, therefore the given function is strictly increasing in the interval 0 to pi by 4 and 5 pi by 4 to 2 pi, and the given function is strictly decreasing in the interval pi by 4 to 5 pi by 4. Look at this last problem. Prove that f of x is equal to x minus sin x is an increasing function. Here they were not given the interval. That means you should take it in the real line. Here the given function is f of x is equal to x minus sin x. Differentiation of this one is f dash of x is equal to differentiation of x is 1 and sin x differentiation is cos x. See here, f dash of whatever the value you can give to the x, you will get the positive number. That means greater than 0 except the points x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0 means cos 0 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. Cos 2 pi, cos even times of pi, its value is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. Cos 2 pi, 4 pi, cos 6 pi, etc. Cos of even times of pi, its value is 1, and cos of minus 2 times of pi, minus 2 times of 4 pi, and etc. this value is 1, therefore it is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. See here, except these values, f dash of x is 0. F dash of x is greater than 0, strictly greater than 0. But these are discrete points. These points are discrete and do not form an interval. Hence we conclude that f of x is monotonically increasing. Here equality will hold only for discrete values. This is what which have to be in your mind. Thank you, dear students. In the next class, let us learn maxima and minima, concavity, convexity, and points of inflection. Thank you.